we'll continue where we left off and work on our playground. So we made some comments last time about how we need to have an HTML form and also style rows with numbers. First of all, let's look for HTML forms using you. Last time I did say we were going to use a library, but the issue with that library was that it's not under maintenance, and it wasn't advised to use it. I didn't read that part of the documentation. So we'll move on with something else. There's one that came up, it's called uform. Consider the following model. Okay, not sure if it's straightforward to anyone. It's not to me. Okay, here it is. You create a model like a registration form as a model, then you pass it to the form. Form needs to be interpreted at follows. I'm not really good with reading documentation. Okay, these are the presets for what's required. Let's do an example. Okay, the first thing we need to do is have a validator dependency, validator derive, view, uform, uform derive. How many stars? 81 stars. Should we use this library? Let's first check what's being used by you itself. Elements. There is input, but this is not a form. Moving on. We'll eventually get back to this if we do not find anything relevant. How about we try input instead of home? Because what we really need is an input. It shouldn't really be a form that has multiple values, or it's rather an input with a single program. Styling the input might be an issue. I'm not sure how to do that, but we'll just do that together, I guess. Okay, we need OSM bindings for JS cast. Using JS cast, the OSM bind and create as a useful trait. Runtime checks, hop and skip away to type. To the type we want. So it's casting. Okay. Let's experiment with a single form. Here, as long as we're returning HTML, we're good. So let's do okay. Should I enable macros, or I need to annotate with HTML? It's not really an annotation, it's called a macro. Okay, we're good. I remember we used trunk serve. Let's do that. It builds. We have our example, the counter example. Okay, moving on. Label for, let me just copy paste this snippet here. Let me see what this brings. I think I'll remove that bit. I'll remove this bit. Or I need to actually have input. Control X. Input value. Just say the value is that. Then here I call my input. Okay, how do I call an HTML with another HTML? Okay, can I do that? Input. Okay, works. Let's see what we've written. Okay, this is some progress. Okay, that's some progress. So did we want to do the form? Give me a minute. Okay, so here we are. In our input, we need it squared. How do I call it? Squared. Okay, squared. And we need a button. We need the input. We need a button within the input window. How can we do that? All you have to do is search button within input field. Okay. First, we need to define our width and height for the input window. Like I've seen here, it gave me an idea. So let's look at how we style with you. Styling. Okay. Assets. Declaring assets to be processed by trans is simple and extensible. Okay, I need an example. Okay, there is no example, so okay. This is not useful at all. I would really like to see an example. Okay. Styling. Trust you. Okay, let's use a medium post. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so you have a SRC. You can have a static folder which contains our, okay, I'm guessing app.css is our styles, but this guy also uses CSS, SCSS. Ah, bro, this is a lot. Okay, CSS with classes, CSSU. Let's try this. Classes, marker and associated classes. Ah, this is more like it. All you have to declare styles and then your inline style as a string. Okay, let's try that instead. We'll expand upon this concept in more CSS. Okay, that's alright. Let's do something basic. Let's create a width of or maybe just color red. Let's see what changes. Nothing. Okay. Let's give it a width. What width was in the example? We had a width of something like 200 pixels. Okay, let's give it 100 pixels. Do we need to import anything for styles to work? Okay, we do. No, we don't. Classes currently used does not provide any special help with inline styles. Specify the styles attribute, but it can use it like any other HTML attribute. Okay. Okay, let's see what's changed. Nothing. What about the height? Okay, this is frustrating. Okay, let's check. Maybe importing classes creates that side effect. So let's import it too. We have view prelude. Okay, I'm guessing you prelude imports it, but let's do it anyway. You classes. It might be obsolete. Okay, we'll try that. That's not it. Okay. So what's our next gamble? Okay, my caches input styles. Type text value. Or maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand how input is styled. Within the example we had input being styled here. Okay. Styling input attributes. Okay, we can't style it. Let's make it a percentage, like 100%. See if that changes things. Okay. Nothing changed. Okay. How about you use a class? Okay, this is a literal div. Okay, multiple. Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Anything? Nothing. Okay. Optional string. Okay, let's go to more CSS. Maybe I might get an idea of what I'm doing wrong. component libraries. Okay, let's check this out. Is it the one that we had open? No, that was forms. We're not using forms anymore. A decent amount of stars. Okay, how do I import it? Install the SS module. You have to use npm. Okay, use create with features needed for the project. I think that's a lot of work. Let's focus on what we are missing. Or maybe let me do something simpler, like this. And instead of input, instead of all this, let me just send send a string. This is supposed to be read, and we'll work our way up from here to our input bit. I know it's a div, so just okay. So the problem is not the classes macro and associated classes struct much simplify the use of HTML classes. Okay, let's import these bits. Explicitly. Function component was part of you, I guess. Okay, use state. Okay, use state. What else is breaking? HTML. Okay, HTML. What else is breaking? Nothing. I hope that does a side effect. Maybe trunk is the issue. Let's start it again. Okay, let me open from here. Clearly, there's an issue with the style. Okay. How about instead of div I put paragraph? It's a P, I guess, right? Okay. Or maybe I should open Safari. Oh, it's taking time to build. Or is it? Check. Okay, open. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I figured out what the issue was. You don't have, in the example they use styles, but it's supposed to be style, and with that you get the style added. Okay, so let's go back to our actual implementation. Instead of styles, let's try style. See what we get. Okay, nothing. Okay. What else did I see? Okay, I also changed something. Let me try. Sorry. I added another indentation block. Let me remove it. See if that also works. Or that was the magic. Okay, still works. Okay. So this is our reference. So this is right, and somewhere in here there's an issue, there's something wrong. Okay. Input style height 100. Let me say 100 pixels. Maybe it's the percentage. Okay, that's better. What about the width? Let me say 100 pixels too. Okay. Let's give it 500 pixels. 100 pixels, okay. Then lastly, 500 pixels by height. Okay. I think that's okay. That's I wouldn't say more or less what we have here, but it's a start. For now, I'm not changing anything about that. Okay. Okay, I won't worry about it too much. The next thing we need the button inside. We need the button inside the input window. So let's look for that button inside input HTML input field. Okay, HTML input. What? Okay. How to put a responsive clear button inside HTML input text field. Let's see this. Most of what we do as developers is basically Google stuff, and it's okay. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I can't build this from scratch. I have to research on how to do things, and that's okay. Okay, so we have our class button, input type text ID, enter button ID, clear. Okay. The CSS. Wow. That's a lot. JavaScript. Okay. It's all a bunch of CSS stuff, and I'm not going to say that I'm a fan of CSS. So what we'll just do, I will leave this as is, but just add a button part. The button is supposed to be just below the input. Okay, let me change this whole bit. Instead of a label, let it just be something empty. Okay, think we can now remove this and then change date, then my cautious input. Let's say this is the input field, program input. What did we write here? Present and input, just program input with the default value of hello world and hello world. Okay. Does HTML allow for escape characters? No? How do I escape that? Okay, that's how it's escaped. Okay. Like that, maybe. Okay. I might have forgot escaping string Rust. Okay. Do the backward slash. Sorry. Simple stuff. Okay, we're good. And let's see what we have. Okay. It's not pretty, but it's okay. The next part, HTML form to capture the input, style that numbers rows, form button run. Let's do a button bit. That says run. Okay, the slash is supposed to be here, no? Yes. This is supposed to be put like that, maybe. Oh, yes. How do I escape the div? Okay, I was correct the first time. Okay. Okay, that's better. Let's just have the mock part out. Okay, so we have our input bit. Then we need our output. We can say it's a div. It's a div. Yes, you can say it's a div. It's under HTML. Okay, sorry. X HTML. It's a div. What else? Style. How do we border? Let's check border. Border div HTML. Take div ID name style border. Let's try this. Okay, not that. That was a question. Okay. Okay. Let's give it a width and a height. Width maybe 100 pixels for now. Height 100 pixels. What else? Placeholder data. This is output. Okay, same goes for the token string. This is the token string, and the same goes for the syntax tree. Okay, let's see what we have. Have our input. I did say playground. We have our input component. Then we have our output component. Then we have our token stream. Then we have, lastly, yes, syntax tree. Right, we should remove the counter bit. We don't need it anymore. We should remove these variables. Okay, so let's see what we have. To be honest, I'm okay with this. I'm sure it needs more styling and all that, but at the core of it, I think I'm good to proceed with the functionality the way it is. That's okay with me. I'll maybe edit out, maybe style out all these parts later. Let me check the most interesting bit about numbering the input section. Input out attribute. Let me check. Input attribute HTML numbering. Not a number. Not input type number, but column number. Let me check. It's called row number. Row number. Basic task chart. Executing. Okay. Well, that loads. Okay, this is a good question. Let me check. What is the question? How to allow only numeric in HTML? No, that's not it. How can allow raw numbers for HTML input attributes? Well, that loads. Maybe you can go to this conversation. It's funny. What happened earlier was I wanted to create a synopsis of the video, but I ended up writing my own because it ended up explaining what Rust was or ROT was. That was fun. Okay, it's different. The HTML input element does not have a built-in attribute for row numbers. However, if you want to create a multi-line input field, you can use the text area. Right, that makes more sense. Actually, I've used text area before, and that's a much better. Does it say anything? You can, okay, to fit your needs. Okay, that's okay. Okay, let's give it our style. Okay, these are the rows, columns. It does not take the style of height and width. This is the height and width. So that part is covered. That part is covered. The next part, type text, value. Does it take a value? Okay, no, it does take a button. So let's see how it's, okay. Let me remove this input. Okay, that's better. Not bad, not bad. Okay, now let's try to tell it to how do I add row numbers. Row numbers text area, like above. Row numbers. Okay, that's a lot of CSS. Right. Okay, so it's doable. We'll handle that in another follow-up video when I actually know what this CSS does. I think that will be all. Catch you guys in the next one.